My name is Sabrina Ben-Salmi. I am a mother of 5. I am an author, a publisher, a public speaker, and I am a business and personal development coach. And one of the things that I'm most passionate about more than anything in life is speaking to children about the unique superhero gifts, sacred gifts that they have locked deep inside their heart. Because one of the beliefs that I have is that every child on this planet has come with a unique, special gift. And each child that's born into a family, they're like a unique piece to the puzzle. And as you start to activate and come together and realize your superhero skills, you can basically start to go to work on your family vision together as a beautiful united nucleus. See, in life, I believe that you can go far on your own, but you can go so much further united in one unique family goal. So what I wanted to talk to you about is how can you guys, you young children, help me with my mission? How can you wake up the adults in your home? So if your parents were anything like how I was, I used to think that being a parent was about telling you what to do and telling you how to go about doing it, and in some sort of shape or form, telling you what you're kind of going to be when you grow up. Well, like I said, I'm a mother of 5, and when I became a mother of 5, as they started to get older and speak to me, I started to learn lots. I started to realize that as a parent, it wasn't my role to tell them who they was. It was my duty and responsibility to find out their secret superhero skills. And what I loved about that is that as I started to get to know each and every one of my children, I realized how unique and special they were just the way they are. I didn't have to change anything. I didn't have to teach them anything. I simply had to get them to trust themselves, be themselves, and then, the most important part, start to share themselves with the world. Okay, so my eldest is now 19. I have a 15-year-old, I have a 12-year-old, an 11-year-old, and a 6-year-old. And my eldest daughter has always been attracted to language and culture. She really likes structure. But also, one of her superhero skills is that we would be outside and we'll take pictures. And every time I'm like, oh my God, look at my picture. And I go, oh, we took the same picture, but why does your one look like that? So she always had a superhero skill that taught me how to see the world in the most wondrous, beautiful way. So, you know, if you also have this superhero skill, you'll know what it is. So my daughter, the eldest one, Lashai, she has a super talent to see the world in such a most beautiful way. And one of her passions was videography and photography. And she set off on that hobby and passion, and she set up her own little YouTube channel and she taught herself Korean. And then before I knew it, she came out and said, Mum, I've got something to tell you. And I said, oh, what's happened? And she said, oh, Mum, I've got, I think it was like 2,000 YouTube subscribers at that time. I was like, wow, like, how did you do that? I only had 20 at the time. And I had no idea to use YouTube at that stage, not at all. And what she taught me is that we don't have to learn anything. We just have to surrender to the unique essence that lies within us. So if you also have that superhero talent, wouldn't it be nice to start sharing that with the world? So one thing led to another, and Lashai's YouTube channel started to grow and expand and grow and expand. It went to 5 million views and 28,000 subscribers. And I was like, what's going on? And she started to get all these partnerships. And one of the things that she was really proud of is that she got an opportunity to work with the Korean Culture Center. Now, remember, this is just a hobby, this is just her playing, and this is her surrendering to her own unique gifts. So she started to work with the Korean Culture Center. Her work has been accredited in the annual that they produce for these Culture Center 10-week courses, and she has been featured in that 3 times in a row, coming from her passion. The most awesome thing is that I got to go along to one of the graduation ceremonies, and at that one in particular, the South Korean ambassador actually attended. Now, I was really blown away to hear the ambassador say how much she loved my daughter's work, how much she was just taken aback by her abilities with videography and photography. So bear in mind, my daughter has never been to any film schools, any photography classes. It's just something that she loves doing. So I hope for all the little artistic superheroes that are watching this, I hope that inspires you to start sharing your message with the world. And on Lashai's 19th birthday, myself and her flew out to South Korea, and we had the most wondrous one-to-one time for her 19th birthday, all because she chose to share her secret gifts with the world. So maybe you should start sharing that too. And my second born is a 15-year-old. And this young man has always been a challenge for me. And he is an absolute genius. You know, all children are, you're a genius too. You just need to share your superhero skills with the world. And it's not what everyone else says it is, it's what you know it to be deep inside you. So my son's superhero skill is mathematics. And I would look at this kid saying, oh, I felt uncomfortable because he would say, Mom, let's do a math challenge. And I'm like, okay, let's, we'll do the math challenge. Little did I know he was talking about 4 digits, 5 digits, 6 digits, 8 digits. And I don't know about you, well, your parents may be able to, but that was quite challenging for me. And then I realized that this kid really has things for numbers. Everything incorporated numbers. He would see angles. He used to see images. He would measure things without any measuring instruments apart from his brain. And, here's the thing, our brain is super cool, right? So he would actually play football using mathematical equations to make sure that he can score goals. And I was just so fascinated by his superhero skill. And you know what he done? He went from strength to strength. He started to be in top sets at school. He used it for sports. And then he was actually invited to audition for an international TV platform, actually, because Child Genius, I know it is around the world. So 2017, Trey Sean was actually recognized as one of the top 20 smartest children in the UK. And I am not mathematically inclined. He wasn't sat at home for hours and hours to learn. It was just something that he had a passion for. So if you're a super cool genius that has a superhero skill that just so happens to relate to numbers, maybe you might start sharing that with other people. So he obviously got recognized in Child Genius as one of the top smartest 20 kids in the UK for 2017. That led on to him being invited to sit papers at Eton College for Boys, which was just totally mind-blowing. He was 12 at the time, just totally mind-blowing for us as a family. I didn't realize they took boys at that age to do such a thing. And he was one of 34 boys who were invited to sit papers from around the world and from up and down the country. So for me, that's a huge achievement. But again, I echo to you, he activated his superhero skill. He didn't do things that he didn't like. He did all the things that he enjoyed. As a result of that, he became an author. He published a book, 10 Seconds to Child Genius, which he co-authored with Philip Chan, who's a 10 seconds maths expert. And they ran workshops. And again, the super cool thing is he loves numbers, right? So what does numbers convert into? Let's give you a minute to think about it. Money. So he started to earn money from these super cool maths books that he published, and started to earn money from workshops that he published. And he goes and does talks in all various places. We've actually traveled around the world, to be fair. And he just loves doing everything around that. And he actually got to run workshops in Virgin Money Lounge, and he still pursues his other superhero skill, which is sport. And he's won an award from Nike and Sports Direct as one of the team members for Activate Team Fitness. So here's the thing again, he came from a space of what does he love and what is he good at, and it's brought him to where he is today. One of the things for Trey Sean that was super important was being able to make a substantial amount of money. So he once said to me, Mummy, I want to learn to make money. I'm like, well, you're doing that. You earn pocket money yourself. You fill up your backpack, we go out and you sell it, and you earn your own pocket money. He said, no, Mum, I want to learn to make real money. I was like, oh, okay. What does that mean? So I asked the question and he answered me. he said he would love to do stock and exchange, stock market, stocks and exchange trading. And I was like, oh, I don't know how to do that. So I managed to get him a mentor, Jurgen Pallion, who is absolutely amazing. And today he's 15 years old and he trades online into his own trust fund, which he can access when he turns 18. But here's the thing, guys, I'm saying to you, you don't have to wait until you're older and think, what do I want to be when I grow up? You can start to have fun playing now, right here and right now. And I think it's about time that you help me to tell your awesome parents what your superhero skills are, so you can start having fun together as a family. Do you think that would be a good idea? I think it's a super cool idea. So my next child is called Yasmin. Yasmin is one of the most loving, caring people I've ever met in my entire life, and she had an amazing gift to teach our family how to forgive, how to be gentle. She loves animals, she loves babies, and she's just always the voice for those that can't speak, and she always just steps out of her comfort zone when it's going to help other people. So again, that was her superhero skill. And if you're watching this and you know that you just love people, you just love nature, you just love life, you just love animals, and you tend to be like the peacemaker in your family, maybe it's about time that you turn up the volume so you can start sharing your message with the world. So Yasmin has gone on to run workshops at Virgin Money, Chelsea Football Club, the whole family. So we do everything as a family, Chelsea Football Club. And she has just gone from strength to strength. She went through a lot of bullying, but as a result of that bullying, she learned to heal herself, and now she shares that with the world. You see, when we're sharing our superhero skills, it's not what other people understand. It's just about being yourself. So some things are what people can understand, but some things it could be new to other people. But at the same time that it's new, it's so enriching because you're a unique piece to the puzzle. And until you show up, would you agree that the puzzle will not be completed? Could you imagine displaying on the wall a puzzle piece with just one piece missing? And that missing person is you, okay? So be sure to share your superhero skills. So Yasmin has created her own workshop, her own slides. She has her own podcast. She writes books, and she goes from strength to strength, reminding people that they are loved and they are enough, and that if they can learn to love and forgive themselves, chances are they'll be able to create a beautiful lifestyle going forward. And more importantly, surround themselves with people that are like-minded, who will value and appreciate them. So that's another one. My next child is Paolo. Now, Paolo is 11, and he taught us, as a family, he always makes me laugh when I think about him. He taught us to be more adventurous, more wild, more out there, more spontaneous. I'm telling you, when he landed into this family, it was a plot twist. And you know, maybe I'm speaking to you, maybe you're in your family and you're the one that just walks off and bouncing off walls, and your parents or siblings like, you know, come back, Jack, come back, Sally. And whatever it is, it's beautiful, because your superhero skills add such a unique essence to your beautiful and wondrous family. So never hold it back, share it with the world. So Paolo is the one that will go out on the trampoline and be doing backflips and front flips. And I'm just absolutely petrified. So what I do, I just turn away because I can't be there to watch it, because my fear, I don't want to pass it on to him, right? Now, he is boundaryless. The minute we're going out somewhere, he wants to know where we're going. He would lead the way. He would navigate us wherever we're going. And if I'm ever lost, he's the one that always says, okay, I'll figure this out. If I need to find something, if anyone needs to find anything at home, I don't know how. It's like he has some sort of radar, or I don't know, magnetic field about knowing where these things are. He just mysteriously manages to find things quickly and effortlessly. You see, if I'm speaking to you, you know that you've got that superhero skill. I think it's about time you start to share it with the world, because it adds so much value to not only to yourself, not only to your family, but to the entire world. Now, as a result of my son's adventurous personality, it has landed him some wondrous experiences. So like I said, we do travel. He has been up on stage at Mercedes-Benz World as a public speaker. He has run his workshop at Virgin Money and at Chelsea, like I said, he got the family, because one of his other dreams actually is to become an engineer. So like what I said before, is that don't wait until you're older. What do you want to be now? Not when you're older. What do you want to be now? What do you want to play with? So he actually landed an opportunity to grant himself and his siblings access to Brunel University. So Brunel University, if you're not from the UK, it's one of the most prestigious universities in this country. So he was accepted, and his siblings, to participate in an engineering masterclass. Now, here's the thing. Brunel University masterclasses are usually accessible for kids that are doing really well at school, and they normally get handpicked by head of years and the headmaster or headmistress. And because the children stood out, because of Paolo's adventurous personality, they actually integrated all 5 of my children into these masterclasses, and it has been absolutely phenomenal. So just imagine if Paolo was too scared to share that superhero gift with his family, with the world, with others. Just imagine how boring our family life would be. So here he is, the ambassador of several companies, to name a few: Water to Go, True Challenge, Choose Love, Simply Conscious. The list goes on, and it's absolutely endless. But what I love most, and also Viewbox, what I love most is that he's having fun learning, but also being playful, also being a child. And Paolo actually loves gaming, like super loves gaming, but he used to spend hours and hours and hours gaming, and I saw the impact that it had on him. So he was really game to work with me and do some research, and he was astonished to find what the implications are of long-term gaming. So not only was he willing to come on this journey to discover the truth about impact, he actually wrote a book about it. Yes, you heard me right. He wrote a book about it. Paolo is all about adventure. He's always expanding the boundaries. And I'm talking to you, if you know that inside of you, you've got this superhero skill of wanting to discover, wanting to explore more, wanting to be more, always curious and questioning, just, you know, that beautiful childlike curiosity. Maybe it's a good time for you to start sharing. And my youngest of the bunch is Amir, who is 6 years old. Now, he is Mr. System, Structure, and Stick to the Rules. So he always reminds us about boundaries are not to be broken. Mummy said to stay within the boundaries. So if you are someone that has that superhero skill, if you're the one out of all of your siblings always telling your parents about what everyone else is getting up to, you seem like you have a very similar superhero skill that my son does. Now, Mir has no issue in reporting someone that's gone outside the boundary conditions, and we laugh about it. But for him, he loves to reinforce boundaries. He loves to reinforce rules so everyone knows where they stand. And, you know, would you agree that if you're the person that has that superhero skills, these are skills to be shared, not kept secret? Because the more you share, the more you add value. The more you add value, the more you just heighten the experiential learning that you start to have as a family. And we, you know, I think you young ones do a lot better job than us adults. So if you're really good at following rules and in certain boundaries, maybe you can keep your parents in check every now and again, because I know that I need it sometimes. And, you know, I think for me, this is a subject that's so near and dear to my heart, because I was raised in a time where children were told to just be seen but not be heard, not to have a voice. I went to school, I was told to get my head out of the clouds. I had so many wondrous dreams. As I grew older, I was told that I was a girl, and girls don't do things like that, so I better get rid of those dreams and realize that I could become a secretary, or I could be a checkout, you know, work in a supermarket as a cashier. And don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong if that's what you want to do, but there's everything wrong if you've got other dreams and that is not what you want to do. So here's a loving message from myself to you, and I really hope that as a result of listening to this, you desire to share your superhero skills, not only with your family, but with the entire world, so we can start making the world a lot more of a spicier, fun place to play in, and we can start adding some je ne sais quoi, to this beautiful existence that we get to call life. So, like I said, my name's Sabrina Ben Salmi. This is a message to you because you're a precious little being who deserves to be supported, to be the true essence of who you truly are, so that us adults can learn to support you with the true beauty that you have come to give to this world. Thank you.